We did an hour on this program asking guys to call in who had been dumped. Guys who have no idea what happened to these girls. Like, you know, they're out there doing something. Doing something with someone. They're partying. They're getting laid by some fresh new meat. They're just ignoring the guy, whatever. And there are guys out there right now boo-hoo-hooing all over the place. They miss their girls. Girls who treated them like crap. The girls who dumped them. The girls who tossed them aside. Miss them. Would love to know what they're up to. And I thought what might be fun this hour would be to take a look at the other side of this. There are women listening to us right now who have done just what I've described. They have dumped a guy. Dumped him, got bored with him, got distracted by somebody else. Treated him like crap, hoping he would go away. He didn't go away, so now you just don't answer his calls anymore. Now he's doing that drunk dialing. He's calling you over and over and over. There you look at the log on your cell phone, and there you've got 10, 15, 20 calls from him in one evening, over and over and over. And you just are not going to give him the satisfaction. You are just not going to pick up the phone. Many of these guys who called in the show, they're all wondering what these women are doing. So I thought it might be interesting to find out what they're doing. Might be interesting to get the other perspective on this. I mean, don't you guys wonder what these girls are up to? What they're doing, who they're doing, what they're thinking, what they think of you and your phone calls and your text messages and your emails and your cards and your teddy bears and all the things you're doing to try to get them back. Perhaps if you call in, your man, your ex-guy will be listening and he'll get the hint, get lost. Honestly, I think some of these pathetic men really need to get a clue. And I would love to know why you dumped the guy, and I would love to know what he's done since you dumped him. Like, the guy cannot take a hint. You can't get rid of him. You want to get rid of him, you can't. He's calling, he's writing, he's ringing your doorbell, he's delivering things, he's having things delivered, he's having friends send a message from him to you. I miss you, sweetie. I miss you. I really miss you. Please call me. I'm sure your phone isn't working, or you can't hear the phone because you're sleeping or something. I'm sure you're not at parties. I'm sure you're not out getting laid. I'm sure you're not out getting drunk with other men. I'm sure you're not doing any of that. And I haven't either. You ever get these pathetic guys and they start like just going on and on and on? You know what I'm talking about. So it's one thing to hear the pathetic guys. Let's hear the women now who dumped them. And let's hear why they dumped them. And let's find out what these women are doing and what attempts these guys are making to try to reestablish contact here. I told you something I did recently. I weeded out my phone book. Weeded it out. I mean, what is the point of having phone numbers of people who aren't having sex with you? Or who aren't having sex with you anymore? What do you need them for? What's the point? Some people love having these big Rolodexes full of phone numbers, little black books, phone lists. You know, all those lists of phone numbers that you store on your cell phone. What do you need it for? If you're not having sex with these chicks, if it's over, why do you keep it? And, of course, if you keep it, you are then prone to that drunk dialing we're talking about. You know, late at night, you just start dialing up all the people that you really should not be calling. You might find out something you don't want to know when you're in a condition where you're extremely vulnerable. You just don't want to. God forbid she picks up and tells you what she is doing. We're going to save you the trouble of all the drunk dialing. We're going to ask these women to call in and tell about how they dumped you, why they dumped you, who else has their attention, What are they doing with their free time now, and what you're doing that's driving them insane, that they will never, ever respond to. All right? So, girls, if that's you, call me.
1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
Why can't, someone court a person anymore? It's all about getting in their pants.
It is all about getting in their pants, dear. And you know what? For men, it always has been.
The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show. At 1-800-5800-TOM. All right. Let's find out the story behind the pathetic males. What are these girls thinking when they dump these guys? What are they doing with their time right after they dump them? How are they avoiding the calls, the text messages, the instant messages, the emails, the flowers, the candy, the teddy bears? You know what I'm talking about. Heather on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. I'm doing great. Do you care?
Not really.
Tom, I dated this guy when I first moved out to Hollywood. I met him at a nightclub that I was working at. I thought he was cool. I was having a great time with him for a couple of weeks, and then I started to see all the flaws in him. I'd say we were dating for about a month, and I broke up with him. I told him, this really isn't working out. You're not my type. He came to my door at 2 a.m. in the morning after I had talked to him about 12 o'clock. And he knocked from 2 a.m. to 9 a.m. in the morning at my door.
No.
He did not leave. I could hear him knocking, but I didn't get up and answer the door.
Oh, my God. And you knew it was him.
I knew it was him because when I woke up at 9 a.m. and still, because I could subconsciously hear the knocking in my sleep. So when I woke up, I answered the door, and he looked like he hadn't slept in weeks. And he goes to, stick his foot in the door, and I slammed the door, and he was like, oh, thank God you answered. I was like, no, you need to leave. You're psycho. I mean, I was giving him hints, and I point-blank told him for 2 weeks that I did not want to see him. He was just...
Giving hints, this is my general rule for everybody, men and women. Giving hints doesn't work. You have to tell people.
I told him.
Okay.
And we still had to work together, and I would say, I wouldn't talk to him as much. I would try to keep the conversation short because I could tell he was a needy person. And then he would, give me these little, sad puppy dog looks every time I saw him. I'm sorry, I didn't feel bad.
This is why I tell you not to date people at work.
No, he had problems, though. He really did.
Well, what kind of problems did he have?
He just, basically, before I met him, I guess he was into speed and drinking, and then he cut it off cold turkey. So
I wonder he's up all night.
Yeah, well, I think he went from one addiction to me being his new addiction of him not doing drugs. And it was his decision. He said he wanted to change his life or whatever, for whatever reason. And, come to find out, he just has a past of being like that with women. I don't know.
Oh, boy.
And afterwards, I didn't date anybody for 3 months, and then I met somebody, and I've been with them for 4 months now, and I'm very happy.
Oh, very good. Does he still try to contact you?
No, I don't work at the nightclub anymore, but I hear from people every now and then that says he's into drugs really bad, and, he's with a different person every night, and I'm sorry, but I don't feel sorry for him. That's not bad.
Thank you, Heather.
Tom.
Appreciate the call. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Amy on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Amy.
Oh, I'm so excited to talk to you.
Well, you should be,
It
dear.
makes my day.
Thank you.
It makes my life.
Really?
Yes. I listen to you all the time. I am in love with you.
Wow.
I wanted to go to so many listener parties, but I'm just too busy all the time.
Oh,
so
boy.
Anyways, I dated this guy for probably about 2 years. And I should have known better, but he was a total pussy. He sent me flowers probably 2 times a week.
That's always a red flag, I think.
Oh, yeah. He always took me out to dinner. Okay, guys, see, $40 dinner rule? Yeah, totally the truth, because this guy spent hundreds of dollars on me for dinner, all kinds of stuff, and, I just had no interest in sleeping with him whatsoever.
Wow.
He was such a puss. Anyways, so I started blowing him off, telling him I didn't want to talk to him anymore. He kept calling and sending flowers and coming to visit me at work. Well, I changed jobs, and I started working at Disneyland. He actually bought an annual pass and started coming to Disneyland like every single day to come see me.
No!
Yeah. And then...
How much is an annual pass to Disneyland?
Well, he got the one that had no blackout dates so that he could never not come, and it's like $250.
Oh, my God.
Anyways, he just kept, like, following me around, calling me, leaving me sad messages, you know, oh, I miss you, I love you. And finally, I just told him, I said, look, you know what, I have a new guy. I've been sleeping with this other guy for about 6 months now. You know, this other guy is an asshole. Sorry, he's a jerk, and, you know, I love that, and that's the kind of person that I wanted to be with, not somebody who was all squishy all the time.
Yeah, and a stalker.
So, you're right about everything, Tom. No matter what us girls want to say or think or hear, you're right about it, and you're doing just as much good for girls as you are for guys.
I'm glad to hear that.
Love you.
Thank you, dear. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Brenda on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Brenda.
This is Brenda. I have this crazy ex-boyfriend. He stalks me. He calls me. He is insane. He's out of control.
How long did you date him?
About 2 months.
2 months. How long did it take to figure out that he was insane?
Not long. Well, I didn't know he was...
Hopefully it took 2 months, because why would you tolerate?
Yeah, exactly. He didn't act that way with me, but I just didn't feel nothing for him, so I broke up with him. And then after that, I broke up with him 3 years ago, and he is still bothering me up to now.
Oh, my God.
Now, he calls me. He goes to my window at 3 o'clock in the morning. He bangs on my window.
Oh.
Okay, he is insane. He follows me. He like, I leave to work, and he's across the street watching me where I go.
No.
I swear. And like, I used to go to school, so he would go to my school and give the flowers to the security guard and wait by the security guard to see what car I would go in to follow me.
Wow.
He's insane. Everybody's told him off. I told him to leave me alone, to just go on, just forget about it. He doesn't care. Like, my brother's telling him, oh, she has a new boyfriend.
And you broke up with him. Why?
Because I just didn't feel nothing for him. It was nothing. I didn't like him. So I broke up with him.
You never had sex with him?
No, hell no.
Okay.
No. And that's why people say maybe because I didn't give him none, maybe that's why he's going crazy. Mm-hmm. I don't know, but he's just out of control, and he needs to get his ass literally beat by somebody, because he's just asking for an ass beating.
Really? Are you going to arrange that if he doesn't stop?
I've been trying to arrange it, but I don't want somebody...
Some of your male friends, quote unquote.
He's crazy though. Like, he shoots people. He doesn't care. That's what I'm afraid of.
He shoots people?
Yes, he's just...
When did you find out that he likes to shoot people?
He would tell me. He would, like, tell me, oh, yeah, we went to this party, and we, like, you know, knocked out this guy, and then my friend shot him, and then this and that, and I had 2 guns.
How long did you date him after that?
I wasn't dating him after that.
Okay, I'm just checking.
No, and I broke up with him 3 years ago, and he's still bothering me.
Really?
Yes, he is just out of control.
Oh.
I'm like, I don't know. He needs to listen to your show or something.
He sure does.
Yeah, and my boyfriend, he's just like, every time I say something, I'm going to call my father Tom. I'm going to call my father Tom. I'm like, shut up. So, yeah, that's my crazy ex-boyfriend story. He's out of control, so.
Thank you, Brenda.
You need to blow him up.
All right, I will. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Kay on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, sorry, I didn't know if I could, like, hear or not, because I'm in the car. But what happened was I was going out with somebody, and things weren't working out because they wanted to take things too seriously. And I was only 21 at the time, and I'm 22 now, and knew that I wasn't, ready to go in that direction, obviously. And so they came to my house on Valentine's Day. We're trying to break down the door, and I used to be a
now again, let's review. You broke up with him. Why?
Oh, I broke up with him because he was, trying to get too serious, and I didn't want it to go in that direction.
So you just wanted sex?
No, we weren't having sex. I just wanted to get to know someone, and he wasn't really starting to be my type. Really.
You wanted to get to know someone, but you didn't want to have sex with anyone.
Right, not because, yeah.
So, you know what? You do that with a girl.
I'm sorry?
You need to do that with a girl in the future, by the way.
Oh, well, no.
Guys don't want to be your pal.
I would have had sex with him if I liked him, which I did at first until I got to know him. And then I said I didn't want to...
And what did you learn about him that made you not want to have sex with him?
Basically because he was really nice, but he was too nice some of the times, and he seemed a little fake and not as, up on the same types of things that I enjoyed doing.
Sounds like he wasn't enough of a jerk.
No, not at all. I mean, he was fine, as far as being nice, because I want a guy that's nice, but I also want a guy that, has a little bit of balls that can stand up for himself and things.
Yeah, exactly.
Like when the food at the restaurant is late and I'm the one having to send it back, that's kind of a sign to me that,
Right.
He
needs to be more of a jerk.
No, just stand up for himself a little bit.
Yeah, well, you know what? A lot of people interpret that as being a jerk, or in a woman being a bitch. That's what they do.
I don't consider myself a bitch. I just know that I'm not ready to, start a serious relationship at 22.
Well, that's a good point. So what's he doing now?
I have no idea. I don't talk to him anymore. There was a time when he was bothering me a lot, calling me and telling me all kinds of things about how he was, having sex with all girls, which I didn't care because I broke up with him, and I told him that basically I just wanted to concentrate on myself and get my life back together and all that.
And when you say you wanted to get your life back together, what was wrong with your life?
I was a heroin addict.
You were a heroin addict.
I had quit when I was dating him, and he used that as an excuse of wanting to save me, although I was already sober, and I've been sober for quite some time now.
To save you. And may I ask why you became a heroin addict? Let's start with why you became a heroin user.
Oh, why?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It was
You hadn't read about heroin?
Stupid. Oh yeah, I'd read about it. It's just I was just a teenager and I didn't really was dumb. Basically, there's no excuse for it. I was just dumb and made a big mistake in my life that still bothers me today. But I don't know.
Yeah. So he was going to help you?
Supposedly wanted to save me from myself.
What was he going to do? Take the needle out of your arm? What was he going to do over there?
I have no idea. It's something I've heard quite often from guys, actually.
Oh, yeah. They want to help you.
Right, yeah. Help me into bed.
Well, that's the thing. They just want to close the deal.
Exactly. And
if you said, hey, tell you what, I'm going to continue shooting up, just F me, most of them would say, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But...
What are you eating over there?
That's it.
Sorry? What are we eating this afternoon?
Cherries, fresh off the highway.
There we go. Nothing I like better than eating a cherry.
Yep. Thanks.
Thank you. One 800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Jessica on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
Hey, fine.
I want to tell you that I think you're absolutely amazing, and I love you.
Thank you.
Anyways, I just wanted to tell you I was dating this guy for 2 years, and I broke up with him.
Why'd you break up with him? Let's start with that.
Well, first of all, because he couldn't handle the fact that I was Lebanese.
You're Lebanese?
Yeah, I'm Lebanese.
He didn't like that?
He didn't like the whole family, cultural thing. He just had a big problem with the whole...
You mean you're close to your family and he didn't like that?
Yeah, he didn't like that. And the second thing is, he didn't put out.
He didn't put out?
I swear.
That's a lot worse than the other thing.
I know. That was one of the reasons. Well, that was the major reason why I broke up with him, because my sex drive, I swear to God, I think I'm a guy trapped in a woman's body.
Really?
Well, I ended up breaking up with him, and he has been blowing up my phone.
How often do you need it, by the way, Jessica? Just out of curiosity. How often do you need it? Sex.
Oh, gosh. Probably, I swear to God, probably like every day or at least 4 times a week. That's my problem, I think.
Really?
Oh, my gosh. You have no idea.
Wow. I'd love to find out.
You have no clue.
That's all.
So anyways.
Well, you know, here's a perfect evening. Why don't you and I go over to Zanku and I'll cover your body in garlic paste?
Hey, how about I make you some garlic?
Make me some garlic paste, and I'll lick it off.
It's all good.
Uh-huh.
We can arrange it.
I'll bet you could, too.
You probably like me, too.
You think so?
I think so.
Oh, really?
Well, anyways, he's been calling me every day. I broke up with him about 5 months ago, and he's just been calling me every day as early as 6 o'clock in the morning. Just throughout the whole night, the entire day. Why aren't you calling me? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? And I'm like, dude, I broke up with you. You know, what's up? But I don't know. It's funny. I broke up with him because I ended up cheating on him with a fireman. So.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. So.
No. Fireman came to the rescue, brought his hose, and the rest was history.
Yeah, but you want to know the funny thing is I'm getting played by the fireman now, so it's classic. But it's exactly what the other caller said. Girls like to be treated like crap.
That's right.
I mean, the other guy is just a total jerk. You know, he blows me off. He doesn't call me back when he says that he's gonna, and it just makes me want to more, and it just makes me just want to,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know the old song, girls just want to get played.
You know what? It's like push me to my limit. I think that's what I like about him. So.
Look at that. I love that.
I know, I'm crazy. I don't know what my problem is.
I don't know. Well, if you're lucky, maybe he'll treat you like crap this weekend.
What's that? I couldn't hear what you said.
I said maybe if you're lucky, he'll treat you like crap this weekend.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm supposed to get treated like crap tomorrow night, so we'll see how it goes.
You're ready.
Yeah, well, nice talking to you.
Maybe he'll put you on ice. Then you get really turned on.
Tell me about it.
Watch him flake on you tomorrow.
He probably will. Just make me want it more.
That's right. That's how it works, baby. Unbelievable.
Tom Leykis. Tom Leykis. 1-800-800-TOM.
People fantasize about 14 and 15 and 16-year-old girls all the time. What are you going to do? Put them all in prison? Put everybody up to a lie detector test? Ask people if they fantasize about the girl across the street when she wears a thong bikini? You're going to put these people in prison? What are you talking about?
But where do you draw the line?
I drew the line for you, you idiot. Get off the phone.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Los Angeles. It's the Tom Leykis Show. We did a show where we asked guys who pathetically are mooning after all these women who broke up with them, calling them, texting them, sending them instant messages, emailing them. Can't figure out what they're doing, where they are. Now we're finding out why they dumped you and what they're doing with their lives now. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Natalie on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Natalie.
I just called to tell you what I'm doing after I broke up with the dummy I was with.
We'll get to that. First, tell me why you broke up with him.
He wouldn't give it to me right, so I found someone who did.
So, in other words, you weren't getting enough, or he just wasn't any good at it?
Well, you know what? Actually, out of all of them that I've had, he was good, but I found someone who's better.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yes.
Uh-huh. So, were you still dating him when you started nailing the other guy?
Oh, yeah. How do you think I found him?
Oh, yeah. So, what lie did you tell when you, I'm sure he wanted to know where you were or what you were doing. What'd you tell him?
Well, I would just be like, I'm hanging out with my friends, and, you know, he would have the whole, he would try, I don't care, go ahead, you know, that type of attitude. So, yeah. I mean, he knew from the beginning what it was like, you know, but then I noticed that after, you know, we had sex or whatever, he started to try to be a little bit more controlling, but I wouldn't go for it. You know, he'd call me, I'd sit there, show my friends my cell phone, and I'd be like, look, and sure enough, we're just sitting there, you know, drinking and with other guys and just laughing at him. He's hilarious.
Wow. So what's he doing now?
Well, you know, I got a call from him just yesterday, and he was like, hi, you know, I'm just calling to see, you know, I've been talking to you for a while. I don't know what's going on. And, you know, actually in the message he says, I don't know if you're trying to avoid me. Hello?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, so did you tell him what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I've been telling them. I mean, we went.
You told him some guy's giving it to you good.
Yeah, well, not in those words, but he, you know, he would call me like after 3 months where, you know, we went out for maybe 2 months, and then the last month I was like, nah. And he, you know, he would say, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I met these guys, you know, these people, and we're going to hook up later on tonight. And he would say, well, are they guys or are they girls? And I'll be like, just some guys that I ran into, you know, at a bar. And we're going to, you know, me and my friends are going to meet up with them. And he would just, you know, oh, okay, well, call me when you're done.
Yeah, call me when you're done.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, your legs will be in the air when you're done.
That's right. Well, not in the air. I like it other ways. So.
Oh, you do? You ride them like a pony, do you?
I do it all.
Oh, look at you.
That's right.
Hang on a second here, Natalie. Noelle, what did you want to say to Natalie?
Give me a break. Why don't you just drop the guy first and then hang out with the other guy? Why is it so cool to be hanging out with somebody and then screwing somebody else behind his back? What's the deal with that?
Because that's what I want to do. That's how I want to live, so I can do that.
So you gotta lie to get some booty, huh?
How am I lying?
You're totally cheating on the other guy for no freaking reason. Why don't you just drop him first and then start hanging out with the other guy?
No, it doesn't matter. I'm not in here to look for a marriage. I'm out there to get laid.
Okay, well, karma, what comes around goes around. You wait till you find someone that you really like, and you're going to get burned.
No, I'm not going to find nobody I like. I'm not marriage material. I don't want to get married. I don't want a boyfriend. I just want to get
be honest with the other guy. If it's really no freaking big deal, why can't you be honest with him?
I did.
After the fact, after you're bragging about how you're hooking up with somebody else while you're with the other guy, laughing with your friends with the emails on the telephone.
I said at the beginning he was good, but I found someone who's better. In this life, if you're not good, you're going to get replaced. And I didn't do nothing wrong because I told him. I said, you know what, I'm hanging out with these guys, and he was like, oh, okay.
You just said it was your friends. Now you're going back. You just said you're hanging out with your friends. Now it's the guys.
No, that's what I would tell him.
Women love to talk about their friends.
Right.
Their friends whose penises they've seen. They'll tell you that part.
You know, just be honest.
I never lied to this guy. That's my whole thing. That's
not what you said earlier.
Yes, it is.
Now you're double backing.
My friends and a bunch of guys met. He would call me. I would tell him we're going to meet up, and he would be like, oh, okay.
I'm just saying that in the long run, if you just be totally honest about everything, the karma is not going to bite your ass in the end.
Well, one of those guys that Tom's always talking about.
5 years down the road, when the karma bites you in the ass, just remember this conversation.
Oh, it's not, because that's not what I'm looking for. It doesn't matter. 5 years.
Oh, you will be looking for it.
5 years from now, I'll retire from my job.
Okay. All right.
All right, girls. Thank you so much. Appreciate the calls. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is Maria on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Well, hello. How are you?
Do you care, Maria?
I always care. You have some of the most hilarious people calling you.
Oh, thank you.
They wasted a lot of time dumping someone. Let me tell you, I have the easy way. You have them beat up.
You have them beat up?
Yeah.
All right, tell me, first of all, why'd you break up with this guy?
I didn't really exactly break up. I was using one of your techniques. You know, you learn in the first 5 minutes kind of deal.
Yeah.
So, you know, I figured get it out of the way right away. Yeah. So, meet up with this guy, decide, okay, we're going to, you know, sleep together, have a good time, and I can't get rid of him.
So you wanted a one-night stand?
Yeah.
And he wanted more?
Yeah.
And so what did he do?
Well, he would, you know, blow up the cell phone, follow me, send flowers, call, that jazz. I'm like, nope, sorry. I got this rule, you know, the one night deal. That's the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he wouldn't leave it alone, and I sent some people over to where he works, and you know, and we're a little more persuasive.
Who are these people?
Oh, just some.
I don't need their names. Just how do you know these people?
Oh, you know, you kind of meet them when you play cards and stuff.
So these are guys who wanted to have sex with you themselves, and they were all too happy to help. Is that the deal?
You know, I don't know what they were motivated by.
Yeah, that's generally the motivation, dear, as you know.
You know, whatever works.
Yeah, and that's when guys want to help a girl out. That's usually the motivation.
Well, you know, I'm thinking, like I said, you got some callers that are wasting a lot of time. They're playing a little game, too. It's way easier this way.
Now, did your hitmen go over there and tell him why they were beating him up?
No, they didn't have to. He'd seen me with him before. So I'm pretty sure he put it together. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty confident that he got a clue once he figured out, oh, these are Maria's friends. Don't be messing with them.
Have you only done this once?
A few times here and there.
A few times.
Yeah.
So the minute it's over, you decide it's over, and anybody who doesn't accept that, it's a visit.
I think that's the way it should work. You know, your show is as valuable for women as it is for men.
Look at you.
Really.
Wow.
And I appreciate the great advice. I've
Maria,
used it for a while.
I'm here to help. So you just want to get laid. Girls just want to get laid. Is that the deal, Maria?
Girls, pretty much. Yeah, that's all it's about. That's what it's about after a certain... If you get married when you're like 20 and then get divorced when you're like 24, the rest of the time you got it figured out. That's how it goes.
Amazing.
And it works for me.
Thank you, Maria.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the topic.
I'm all too happy to help. Awesome. It's the Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Heather on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Okay, Heather.
I have a crazy ex. We went out for a month. I met him through a friend, and he started throwing out the L word after a month. And I was like, okay, that's what I'm looking for. And I told him that in the beginning. And he has my key to my house. He won't give it back, so I had to have my locks changed. He texts me all day. He'll text me the same message until I reply. And if I reply and say, quit sending the messages, he'll say, well, did you get my messages? Did you get my messages? And he won't go away.
Oh, boy. And this has been going on for how long now?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. And what does he say?
I miss you. Can we get back together? You threw this all away. I love you. Please come back. So, and he lives with his mom. And he's 25, and he has a go-nowhere job.
My God.
He lives with his mom, and he's 25. He can't have stay-over guests, so he spent all his time at my house, and he has my house key.
He has your house key? How'd that happen?
That was a convenience thing. I had to leave early for work, and he was still there, so I just said, hey, here's my key. Leave it under the flower pot when you leave, and he never left it.
Wow.
So that's my story.
That's unbelievable.
How do you love somebody after a month?
Well, you're desperate. That's how.
And I'm a single mom, and... from what you tell me, usually the single moms are the crazy ones.
Well, I just don't understand why anyone would do that.
I don't know.
Well, that's my point. You don't even have an answer yourself.
I don't know.
I don't know. It just happened.
I was stupid.
Okay. I'll buy that. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is Julie on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
How are you?
Great.
Good. I love your show.
Thank you.
Crack me up every day.
Thanks very much.
My story is I dated a guy for about 6 years, and he was the typical, really, really nice guy, and he was a total mama's boy, and, I mean, if I told him the sky was purple today, he'd believe me. And pretty much the last straw was I was just really getting sick of it, and I told him that I wanted to see other people. And he said that as long as I come back to him after that, I can go out and cheat on him.
Oh, very nice.
And it's okay. And I'm thinking, what kind of man is this, So I ended up breaking up with him, and he would stalk me at work. I was a waitress, and he'd come sit in my section and not leave. And he'd follow me everywhere. And then I started dating another guy, and we got married, and I had a baby, and pretty much the last straw was he came into my hospital room when I had my son.
No! Unbelievable!
The Tom Leykis Show.